All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Look, if you're feeling overwhelmed by the absolute noise of dozens of new AI apps dropping every week, you are not alone. Today, we're going to cut through that clutter. We're transforming that chaos into a cohesive, ethical, and super actionable workflow. So, if you want to study smarter, write a whole lot better, and actually keep your academic integrity intact, you're exactly where you need to be.
So be honest with yourself for a second. Are you spending way more time typing out complex prompts than, actually studying? Yeah, it's what we call the tool hopping trap. I see this literally all the time. You see a trending app on TikTok, download it, mess around for 10 minutes, and totally fail to build a system that you can actually repeat. By midterms, you've got like 8 apps installed and absolutely zero strategy. Well, we're going to fix that today. Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. First, the AI tool trap. Second, research and note taking. Third, writing and coding workflows. Fourth, avoiding plagiarism and hallucinations. And finally, number 5, citing AI.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI tool trap. The main thing to remember here, AI is a coach, not a crutch. Grounding this in the APUS academic guidelines, we really got to understand what generative AI is under the hood. It generates text based on massive datasets using predictive statistics. It's basically just guessing the most mathematically likely next word. So the big takeaway here, high probability does not always mean it's accurate. It sounds super confident, but it's definitely not always right.
So forget about needing 50 different apps. You really just need a curated survival kit, like these 5 core tools, which all happen to have really solid free tiers. Think of ChatGPT as your interactive quizmaster. Claude, absolutely incredible for getting writing feedback on huge documents. Gemini is your go-to for fact-checking because it actually connects to the live web. Notion AI is perfect for organizing your chaotic notes, and Vertex Academy hooks you up with the ready-made study prompts that make those other 4 tools actually do what you want.
Moving right along to Section 2, research and note-taking. This is all about finding your sources and getting those thoughts organized.
Okay, the real secret sauce to note-taking is matching the specific tool to your specific input. If you're dealing with live audio, let Polar Notes or Otter turn that raw lecture into a clean, structured study pack. But if you're staring down reading heavy course packets or dense textbook chapters, pivot over to Google Notebook Elm. It's brilliant because it keeps its answers grounded strictly in the PDFs you upload. Now, if you're an iPad user who loves drawing diagrams, GoodNotes and Notability are still king. And for those heavy memorization subjects like anatomy, RemNote is going to be your absolute best friend.
Now, when you get into deep research, specialized AI assistants are just game changers. Elicit, for instance, can instantly extract sample sizes and outcomes across dozens of different papers. Perplexity AI acts like a super smart search engine that actually links you to real citations. And tools like Cite, wow, they let you verify source credibility in seconds by showing whether other academics are supporting or contrasting a paper's findings, which is absolutely vital before you start building your own argument. Let's dive into Section 3, writing and coding workflows. Think of this as drafting with a mentor. This 5-phase research workflow right here should become your new golden rule. Step 1, use an AI like Perplexity to find your sources faster. Step 2, build your outline. But, and this is a huge but, always formulate your own thesis before asking the AI for structure help. Make sure the core ideas are genuinely yours. Step 3, you write the draft yourself and use AI strictly as an editor to polish your flow. Step 4, manually verify every single fact. And Step 5, run a final originality sweep. Basically, you do the thinking and the AI does the heavy lifting. And hey, for the computer science students out there, your workflow is a bit different. GitHub Copilot is fantastic for just raw inline typing speed since it runs right inside VS Code and suggests things as you go. But Claude? Claude is literally like having a senior developer sitting right next to you. You can paste in a giant block of broken code, and instead of just handing you the answer, it'll explain those complex logic errors in plain English so you actually understand why it broke. Which brings us to a really critical part of the conversation. Section 4, avoiding plagiarism and hallucinations. It's all about drawing that ethical line. So what's the difference between using a smart tool and straight up crossing the line? It's pretty straightforward. Staying in the safe zone, like brainstorming angles, organizing outlines, or checking grammar, is honestly just like studying with a really smart group of friends. But you cross that line the second you paste AI text directly and claim it's yours, or if you use it to form your core argument, or if you just hide the fact that you used it at all. A good rule of thumb, if you can't explain your paper's argument to your professor without looking at your notes, it is not your paper. You also really need to understand what an AI hallucination is. Remember, AI doesn't actually know facts, it just predicts words. And that makes it a wildly dangerous sole source of truth because it will confidently, grammatically lie right to your face. Seriously, be warned, ChatGPT will completely fabricate author names, make up journal titles, and even generate fake DOI numbers that look 100% legitimate. They look flawless on a works cited page, but they lead to absolutely nowhere. This is exactly why you have to manually verify every single citation in Google Scholar or DOI.org before you hit submit. Never, ever trust an AI citation blindly.
Wrapping up with Section 5, citing AI in academic work. Giving proper credit is non-negotiable.
Using the APUS guidelines as our baseline here, the overarching rule is crystal clear. You have to cleanly differentiate your original content from anything generated by an AI. If you used it to kickstart your research or edit your draft, you must attribute it. Let's break down how that actually looks across a few different disciplines. If you're in the humanities and using MLA formats, anytime you generate an image or text, your citation needs to include the exact prompt you used, the specific tool version, the publisher, and the date. Over in the social sciences using APA style, it's slightly different. It requires a figure title and a highly detailed caption note describing exactly what the image is, along with the prompt you fed the AI to create it.
And finally, for the history or government disciplines relying on Chicago style, it's all about detailed footnotes. You're going to reference the specific AI tool, the company, and the exact generation date right at the bottom of your page. The name of the game here is complete transparency.
All right, let's pull this whole shebang together into a chronological weekly game plan. Imagine using just 30 minutes of AI time a night to get ready for an exam. On Monday, you dump your notes into Notion to get organized. Tuesday, you do some interactive quizzing with ChatGPT to identify your weak spots. Come Wednesday, you ask Claude to help you outline a really tough essay question. And Thursday, you use Gemini to pull up real research studies to verify your facts. Doing this completely eliminates that awful night before panic cram session. At the end of the day, AI is an unbelievably powerful tool, but you're still the creative engine behind your work. If you use it to skip thinking, you're going to get caught, and worse, you won't learn a thing. But if you use it to think faster, to organize your life, and to test your knowledge, you are going to absolutely thrive. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Are you using AI to think faster or to skip thinking entirely? Take control of your workflow, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.